day on the market, it seems.
Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Divinity Guide. Alright, so this video here, I guess we're just starting out in the marketplace. I think let's see here if I end up buying
no, noble friend.
so generally after like one of my characters, I think it's one of the main characters has to level up, but I read somewhere that every time a character levels up, you can check the vendors and they restock their goods, but I don't think that's actually the case. I've had my I have my henchman that I hired in the Hall of Heroes, and I've leveled up her. She's actually slightly ahead of everybody else as far as experience goes. And I've had her level up, and I've checked vendors, and they haven't restocked their goods. So maybe henchmen are like the exception to the rule, but it's again it's not necessarily the case. And maybe it was just supposed to be the main characters. Like whenever one of the two main characters levels up, the vendors restock. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what actually triggers it, but or triggers the vendors to restock, but I think that's the case. I think it's either the main it's either the main characters or possibly even like one of the like named. Oh, that's probably not accurate. Like Medora or Jahan or Wygriff or Bear Daughter. So I guess basically any of your allies that aren't hired through the Hall of Champions. So that's my guess anyway. Or that's my theory. That's my theory, and I'm not going to test it any farther because it's not important.
Here, Mrs. Cottontail?
All right. So, anyways, I'm actually in this video going to get another vendor into.
No one's a more eager miner than he is. Wonder how he avoided
that's a neat little. Comment there.
Immune to rot. I guess because they're already rotten.
Undead are immune to rot. Okay. The rot. We'll talk about that a little bit later. That's yeah, that's a bit down the road yet. We still have a lot of Sicil stuff to take care of. Technically, I haven't even solved the murder yet, and I'm not really even supposed to be out here. But again, we're skipping ahead just a little bit for the sake of getting another vendor to travel to. So if that seems strange and you haven't watched some of the other videos, the reason why I jump around a bit is I like to visit the different vendors and pick up the crafting items, and in order to get more vendors out and about in the world, I've done some kind of side questy type stuff to get them to do that. So like I said, I'm about to grab another one here, and we've got a ton of dialogue to get through.
Your knightship. Oh, please, come to our aid. My wife and I are stranded here. Oh, we're refugees, my liege. Two of the far too few souls that managed to escape Hunter's Edge when the orcs invaded. We were hoping to reach Silverglen, but we were attacked by highwaymen. Those devils would have scalped and skewered us if it hadn't been for Alfie. Well, the brave creature bit one of them in half, though not before being frightfully wounded himself. Oh, it was naught but a small stop for trading folk along the long road south to Sicil. Well, we got along all right, but now our little home's finally been undone. Orcs invaded, and the source hunter who was meant to protect us didn't save a one of us. Bravest beast of burden in the borough is Alfie. But the poor blighter's bleeding like a stuck pig and can't move no more. Which means we can't move no more either.
My nerves are all shot.
Why, it would be folly to abandon a bandit killer in a wood full of bandits now, wouldn't it, your knightship? Besides, all our worldly wealth is strapped to his back. We'd be destitute without it. And yet, we can hardly stay here forever. Silverglen is close enough to see the chimney fumes from here. Mara absolutely refuses to leave Alfie's side, and like I said, I'm inclined to agree with her. If only... a stout champion would, step up and lend us a hand. Oh, we'd be mighty grateful if you would escort us to Silverglen, your knightship, for it is our aim to set up shop there. A new smithy in a new town. Without Alfie, though, without the tools he carries, I'd be like a fisherman without his rod, grasping for salmon with his bare hands. Never could I produce the quality of work for which I'm renowned. Our predicament is clear, and the biggest problem is that Alfie's wounds are so dire, no ordinary healing potion will work. He needs... well, I don't know what he needs, but they say miracle cures are produced by the priests of Silverglen.
I'd add some of these blue mushrooms we saw to this here horse. What was that? A bandit? Oh no. It's nothing but
I knew that man, comrade. A fine blacksmith, Bjorn. It gladdens me more than you can imagine to see he and Mara escaped Hunter's Edge. But it's no wonder he blames me for what happened there. Well, it started like any other day, comrade. I told you before, and this much was true. Hunter's Edge was a quiet place.
How are you holding up, my sweet?
There hadn't been a peep from the Phantom Forest in nearly a century, and save the occasional drunken orc wandering in from the west, there was nothing for any of the townsfolk to fear. I was on patrol one sunny afternoon when I stumbled upon a pair of scrawny orcs building a fire. Bellowed at them to get, but they went for their swords instead. Well, I made short work of them, but I couldn't find their tribe insignia anywhere. What I did find was a deep red, apple-sized gemstone in one of their pockets. It was warm in my hand and seemed far too fine a treasure to belong to an orc. You and I both know that now, but then my senses were dulled by years of peace. I'd grown soft. I was foolish. I figured it to be an oversized ruby, and it was the worst misjudgment of my life, comrade. Their kind never did take a shine into such finery, so I assumed it had been stolen for its trading value. I pocketed the gem and planned on sending it up to Academy North for the Order to deal with. All was peaceful back at the village. All was quiet. If only I'd known then. If only I had paid attention, had seen the signs. Night had only just begun to fall when they surrounded us. It could only have been a few dozen, but they swarmed like hundreds. Those of us who resisted were immediately cut down. I watched the blood of innocent villagers spill into the streets. I saw their bodies hit the ground. People it was my job to protect, comrade. I made myself promise that night, comrade. Never again would I let another sign of source pass me by unnoticed. Never again would I fail in my sworn duty. It's a promise I intend to keep. Let's discuss it another time, comrade. It ain't easy for an old bear like me to greet these ghosts. For now, maybe we ought to soldier forward. Plenty to be done around these parts, eh? Ready to advance? Ready to defend?
These highwaymen too.
Oh, I hope so, my love. But with Alfie wounded so, what can he possibly do?
A solution will present itself. I know it. Legionnaires are bound to patrol the area, aren't they?
Potent heat. Potent heat.
I'd add some of these blue mushrooms we saw to this here hodgepodge.
Don't look at me like that. It's not as ho-ha. Don't look at me like that. It's not as though I'm enjoying this.
nothing, Alfie? Oh, is there nothing
Oh,
I
how good it is to see a human face in these odious woods filled with nightmares come real. Do forgive me if I seem a bit bedraggled, but we've had a frightful time of it of late. My husband Bjorn's a blacksmith, of some renown as a matter of fact. A favourite with the legionnaires that passed through Hunter's Edge, or used to, I should say. He hasn't a head for business though, and that's where I come in. We made a good living, he and I, in that quiet little town. Orc plunder now. What is there left to say, really? I could tell you it's more wholesome than Sicil, but then the orcs came. I could tell you it's cosy, that the people there are nice, but then the orcs came. All you'll find there now are broken dreams and broken bodies around orcish bonfires. Hunter's Edge? It no longer exists. Oh, I do hope you can heal dear Alfie. He deserves every care he can get after saving us so valiantly. Or perhaps he was just hungry. Still, the result is the same, isn't it? If we make it to Silverglen, I swear...
Please don't leave us.
What a pain. Demons take all bandits. I bit one of the buggers in two, and still he stabbed and stabbed before he finally croaked. I have no idea what I am really, only that I was caught in a snare when I was very little. Luckily, the hunter thought I didn't look quite appetising enough to be eaten, and so he sold me to Mora. Bjorn didn't like the look of me at first, but when I grew strong, stronger than 5 stallions combined, I was suddenly promoted to carrier beast. Were that I was weak, for I loathed carrying things.
Discernible flavour, really.
Bless your heart merely to suggest it, my friend, but you'll need powerful magic indeed to cure this devilish gash. I've heard they dabble in healing rituals in Silverglen, which is, ironically, the very place we're unable to reach, us three. A bloodstone? Then it is in your power to heal me. Will you?
Left behind in Hunter's Edge. All the jewels and trinkets.
We have the means to save this animal, and so we shall. That would be the kind thing to do, yes.
My word! Well, this is marvellous! Nay, miraculous! Outlaws be damned! I am healed!
Bloodstone. As powerful as it is sinister.
To think of all the cruel...
Okay, so here you get a altruistic versus materialistic option. So you can either heal Elfie with a bloodstone if you have one, and you have to have one in your inventory. If you don't have a bloodstone, you won't even get this option. But again, if you want to go with the altruistic route, you heal him. If you want to go egotistical, is it egotistical or is it materialistic? Yeah, it is egotistical. Okay. So I'm going to reload my game and kill off Elfie because I am cold-hearted, and man, it feels so bad picking this option.
What a pain! Bless your heart. A bloodstone.
A bloodstone such as this is rather rare. It's unfortunate.
What? What are you doing?
There's nothing but a squirrel. Oh, God. Dear, oh dear, my nerves are all shot.
Please don't leave us to our own devices, your knightship. Heed our call for assistance. What do you say, your knightship? Will you escort us to Silver... Poor Alfie. Cut down in the prime of his life after saving ours too. There was no other way, I suppose. But I feel like a thankless wretch nonetheless. Oh, we're refugees, my liege. Those devils we are, my liege. Give us the command and we'll depart. Right you are, Sir Knight. Oh, this is it, Mara. We'll mourn Alfie later, but now we push onward to Silverglen.
Clothes are left behind in Hunter's Edge. All the jewels and trinkets.
Ugh. I hate that in order to stay... So I'm trying to stay, you know, with one or the other and not trying to split up my character's option, but man, this one feels bad. It feels so bad. And actually, the other thing is, unfortunately, it definitely hurts you for this battle too. This battle coming up is, I mean, it was tough for me because I'm obviously way under-leveled for this area, but Elfie doesn't particularly help you much in the battle, but he's another target, and he's actually fairly beefy. I think he takes hits better, even than Bjorn and Mara. Those two are super weak. So I had to redo this battle once just because I think Mara died like in the middle of it or something like that. So, and I didn't want to. I don't want to do that. I wanted to make sure that both of these two, at least, the very least I can do by, you know, not letting their beast of burden live. Again, God, that choice feels so bad. There's some pretty brutal choices in this game, where you can you can end up feeling pretty bad. But all right, so here we've got there's a bunch of bandits that jump us on the road. Oh, I guess okay, so these guys are only level 9, so that's not that bad. Having the wands really helps too. I noticed that the other day. I think I kind of forgot how kind of OP they feel, because for a while there my damage was feeling kind of not that great. But I mean, the fact is you just can't miss. So it doesn't matter what the level the enemy is, the wands don't miss. And I've got a video coming up here where. Oh God, what are you doing, lady? Whoa! Oh wow, that NPC lost her entire turn. Just because she was running around. Anyways, so I got a video coming up where I went into an area, and I'm pretty sure I was there at level 8, and the enemies are level 16, and I ended up coming out ahead, and I had to be pretty tricky about it, but it's gonna end up being a really cool video. I was pretty proud of that one. I think it'll be a really fun video to make too. But alright. Anyways, so like I said, this one's gonna be a bit of a challenge. There's actually a lot of bandits here, and then they hit pretty hard. My gear is pretty bad though still too, so I guess keep that in mind. I hadn't really gone out of my way to try to find anything good, but right off the bat I did charm this one, this Erudite, and that was a really good move, because I noticed at the beginning of the battle, I'm pretty sure he threw like a spike bomb in at me, and everybody's standing right next to each other, and it hurt so bad. And then that guy just wrecks himself running through the burning pitch. So that was another really, really helpful thing, was to get that barrel blown up right as, basically you want to hit that barrel right as Bjorn and Mara are getting here. And then, so there I had if you notice there, my henchman Ambrosia leveled up, but nobody else did, and that was like I was saying earlier in the video there. I was saying in the video earlier that she is slightly ahead of everybody else. Actually, she started out a full level ahead of everyone else there for a while. That's definitely cut down, and she's not. I mean, she's still a bit of experience ahead, but you know, not as the levels progress, the window will shrink a bit less. Anyways, so let's talk about Medora. So Medora mentions that she mentions at least a little bit about her history in not Silver Glen, Hunter's Edge. So Hunter's Edge is where apparently she was guarding. She tells a story about how orcs attack. That's about all you get out of her for the time being, and more of her like side quest and backstory we'll get out of her as the time goes on. That hopefully starts to explain why she hates orcs so much. Which, again, for every orc but one so far I've seen in the game, it's justified. I think every single one that we've come across has been trying to either kill us or... Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anyone other than Victoria. I think she's literally the only one. Right now, anyway. Oh, and there's a spike bomb. That doesn't feel good. And it puts bleeding on you, too, so it's not great.
Save me! Oh,
Save me! Oh, do save me! Bjorn and Mara, I don't know if they'll move much. I don't think they move much, but if an enemy does walk up to them, they will attack and defend themselves. But they basically have to be, as far as I could tell, in melee range. They won't go out of their way to help you. Here, okay, he's just gonna use a regular heal. Morel's got a wand right now that has Water of Life on it, which is really nice. It's a water based wand, and it's a pretty decent AoE heal, if I remember correctly. At least I think that's what she's got. That sure looked like the symbol. Let's get another spider up here. Hopefully that'll take some heat. And then if you notice here, there's two bandits in the back too. So I'm trying to. I mean, I need to be focusing. Is what I really need to be doing here, and not worrying so much about. There we go. Yeah, we'll get this guy hopefully down. Nope. Oh, he's got one more turn. Oh, and then he used. I think that's tactical retreat. It's just. I guess that's a cool ability, but I don't know. Cool ability if you need to get away. But other than that, I don't find it all that useful. I guess it's more of a like, okay, something's in my face now, and I need to be somewhere else and hopefully not take a bunch of damage. Here I've got this one, this bandit back here was stunned. I think I had electrified it. There's another, oh my god, another spike bomb. Morel got lucky there and didn't end up bleeding. I think if I ended up with the bleeding status effect, that might have been what would have killed me. Oh! And then that guy. Yeah, he's almost toast. I'm gonna sneeze at him and he'll die.
Save me! Oh, do save me!
And what are they holding? Those must be those goofy knives that I've seen in the game. I've never actually equipped one, but they look like,
I am restored.
I don't know, they look like kind of like tent spikes to me. I don't know, they're really weird. All right, here you go. This should be Water of Life. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Poof. There we go. That was pretty clutch, I think. I think I needed to cast that. Oh, that guy's in a smoke cloud, so I can't see him. Let's turn on this one. Get her stunned again. Yeah, she must be standing in blood or something. Which is weird. I don't know. I don't see it. All right, let's finish this guy off. Oh, and she used adrenaline last turn, so she's out of points. So that was a bad idea, probably, to use adrenaline. I didn't finish off the guy that I wanted to finish off, and yeah, I don't know. It didn't end up being worthwhile, I would say. All right, there's another one down, and then let's finish this guy off too. There we go. So we got left, I think, 2 is there 3? I think there's 3 left. This guy's behind a smoke cloud, and there we go. He'll have to either walk in it to get to us.
Save me! Oh, do save me!
Oh, Mara's not looking so healthy there. She She's got the bleeding status effect, unfortunately. And then my spider just eats it, trying to get through the burning, I don't know, the fires of Lucula Forest. I was trying to say like the flames of hell, but this is far from it. This isn't that bad. Excuse me. All right, so let's get a spider summoned up as close as we can here, so I don't have to walk through too much. I need to figure out a better name for this burning ground.
May divine favor shine
It's kind
upon
of like
you.
burning waves. All right, let's on range. Might have to take a couple of steps up here. There we go. That'll do it. Clunk, clunk. Too far. So one of the things that you can do when you've got range issues like this is check or watch when you're hovering over, like when you go to move. Just move like 1 AP worth of distance, and then oh my gosh, that oh wow, I thought she's lucky she didn't die. She is bleeding though, so that could end up in a kill. But anyways, yeah. So make sure that when you go to move, you know, just move as little as you possibly can every turn. Especially if you're trying to get into range, like with a wand or something like that, because overdoing it there isn't gonna do you much good. You know, you may end up where you walk a little bit too far and then you robbed yourself of one attack in a round or something. So again, I would avoid your movement or avoid excess movement. How about that? That sounds better. Let's get this guy.
Meet your demise.
Okay, wow. Who worked him over so bad? I felt like that when I opened up on him, it was barely doing anything, and then yeah, I guess I wasn't paying attention to whoever put the smack down on him so bad. But okay. Does it look like we got 2? Nope, I see 3 portraits up there still. Oh no, that could be Mara and Bjorn. Yeah. And then I think I just moved somebody, whoever that was, out of range. I think I was just worried about being a little low on HP. I didn't want to eat it. Yeah, Medora's got some really bad ones. There we go. Oh my god, and get a water spell or a rain spell going right away if you can here. Luckily there, Bjorn and Mara waited a little bit before they walked through it. And then I think they get healed back to full at the end of combat. But let's get another heal spell. I think we're fine now. There isn't any more bandits, so I would say that mission was a success. She didn't need this, yeah. Only Bjorn looked like he must have stepped over the burning.
Beware of the lost ones out
The
there,
burning
wanderer.
leaves.
Their blood is
That's what I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna try to always call it burning leaves.
Silverglen! We did it! You did it! Brave old Alfie. We had to leave the poor bugger behind. But my Mara is safe, and that's what's really counts. I still can't believe it. Silverglen! What is to become of us here, I wonder? Oh, but I know, don't I? A blacksmith I was in Hunter's Edge, and a blacksmith I'll remain, for such is my one purpose in life. Aye, come what may, your knightship, I thank you for standing by me, by us, during our hour of need. I thank you.
Okay, so here they are, safe and sound. So we're gonna, let's head over here to the smithy. So they'll be, if you've already been to Silver Glen, which I hope you have, but again, if you have, that means you've been skipping ahead like me. But here Bjorn and Mara will now open up the smithy. And I wanted to show you this. I thought this was kind of interesting. So right now, the furnace and all the stuff in this in the smithy are usable. But here, it doesn't take long and it changes. Yeah, so now you can't use it anymore without them being upset with you. So that's unfortunate because this is a really it's a really good place to actually craft stuff.
As you can see, we have set up
but I feel like it's worth it.
And as a matter of course, you'll get my wares at prices that no one else has a right to claim from me. I've a song in my heart and a spring in my step, my liege. I've had orcs on my tail and bandits to boot, and yet I live. How can I be anything but happy? I should be amiss to complain, your knightship, but I must confess that due to Alfie's loss, and with him my most valuable tools, my products may not meet the high standards I set for myself in Hunter's Edge. Such, alas, is the truth I cannot withhold from my noble saviour. She's alive and kicking, my liege, just like she always was. Oh, certainly she can be a handful, but I wouldn't really have it any other way. We survived thanks to you, and each hour we are together I count as a blessing. Oh, so good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome.
Okay, so Bjorn does mention, obviously the dialogue changes whether or not you brought or healed Elfie or not. And he says, my goods probably won't match the same quality, but I haven't noticed a bit of a difference.
And everything brightens.
But yeah, I mean, essentially that's it. I'm gonna move some of this stuff around. Generally, because I'll be visiting Bjorn and Mara a lot, and
Don't work too hard now, dearest.
I have.
You've been hammering away for hours.
And I've mentioned it before, but there's a lot of just really annoying stuff in the game where you'll want to try to go to talk to somebody, and you'll actually interact with, in this case it would be like the anvil, and then you'll lose some standing with them. So you either need to donate to make it back, or yeah, that's really it. If you like for instance, if I was to walk up to the furnace on accident and interact with it, that would make Bjorn unhappy with me now. So I'm gonna move this anvil out of the way, which is kind of funny because Bjorn will still walk up to the area like he thinks there's an anvil there. So yeah, there you go.
Don't work too hard.
What are you doing there, buddy? What are you hammering on? Oh,
It's me.
them's the breaks. And here's the goblin that we got earlier. And wow, he's got two tormented souls on him this time. Tormented souls will increase I think it gives a strength bonus and I think even dexterity bonus to melee weapons. Unfortunately, you can't use them with wands, so I'm out of luck on that front, but we'll deal. Wands are OP enough the way it is. But, alright, so I'm going to put some, being that I leveled, I think that was Ambrosia, but, alright, that's about it for this video. We got I'd say a lot accomplished here. Got another merchant that I can visit and check for equipment. Unfortunately, Bjorn never sells crafting items, but he does oftentimes have really good armor, so I'll be checking on with him and whenever I'm here in Silver Glen. So as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.